Paulo of Go Photo, and today we're going to take a look at the Boya BY-WM4 Pro wireless microphone. Okay, so before you click away from the bad audio, I'd ask you to stop, don't click away, and wait for a moment, because once I throw this on, I hope the audio is gonna get better. Okay, so but first, before I put this on the camera, I'm recording with the X-T200 from Fujifilm. Before I put this on, I'd like to do an unboxing with you guys. Okay, so I didn't bring the box with me, but this is what's inside the box. It's like a semi-hard case. When you open it, you have a small pack of silica gel, you have your transmitter, you have your receiver here, and then there's a small compartment here full of wires and stuff. Inside the small compartment, you have TRS to TRRS connector, which you would use with your smartphone. You have your lapel mic, which you would plug into your transmitter, and you also have this 3.5 to 3.5 mil cable, which you will plug from your receiver from your receiver into the camera you're recording with. You will also get this, which you could, if you decide to put the receiver on top of the camera, you could take this clip off the back of the receiver and then put this on. So taking a look at the transmitter and receiver, they both use two AAA batteries each right here. I guess my main complaint with this is when you have the batteries on there, it's a little bit difficult to close up. Okay, like that. I'm scared I might break it every time. So this is the transmitter. In the back you have a clip. The clip is rotatable like this. On the top you have line in and microphone in. You have a small indicator light which shows you not much. It shows you the battery level or if it's paired. You have a pair button here, on off switch here. On the receiver itself, you have a headphone jack and a line out. This is where you plug in this cable, and you would plug it into the camera. You also have a clip, but as I mentioned, you could take this clip off and put this one on. It's a bit difficult to take off, but once you have it on there, once you put it back on there, it's not going anywhere. On the side you have an on-off switch and volume buttons right here. So okay, it also says pair, so once you press it here and press both buttons here, I think it's going to pair the units together. Okay, so taking the clip off is a bit difficult, and I'm scared I might hurt myself when I do. And then that's how you take it off, and then slide this thing on there. Now the only problem I see with this is when you have this thing on the receiver, it won't sit when it's inside the case. Okay, can you see that? So this is the transmitter. It has a clip on. See, it sits properly inside the case. But when you have this thing on, it doesn't sit well. See? And it's a bit difficult to close the case up. You might break it. So that's something Boya can improve with their next design. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the camera. I'm going to wear the transmitter on, and we'll see if the audio gets better. Okay, so I have the transmitter on me right now. Lapel's here. It's mounted about 6 inches from my mouth, and I don't think the audio is that good now because the audio setting on the microphone is set to either 0 decibels or automatic. Okay, so I think it's a bit high, and I think let's walk. So I think you can still hear the noise around me, like wind, highways over there, not too far. If we were inside, you'd probably motorcycles, so you'd probably be able to hear all the noise. See? Leaves rustling, whatever. Okay, so now let me try to turn down the gain. I don't know if that's the correct thing. Let me try to turn down the gain so it will be able to pick up my voice more and less of the surrounding sounds. So now I've just turned down the internal, I went into the camera's mic settings, went into external audio and turned down the pickup from 0 decibels to negative 19.5 decibels. Cars are still passing around, tricycles are still passing around, and I don't know if I don't have headphones, so I hope the audio is coming in clearer from me and less of there. Okay, so let's do a walk around. This is a driveway right here, and I think it's about 75 meters long, and I think specifications of the WM4 Pro says that, I could be wrong, but it's probably 50 meters before it cuts out. So I'm going to have my wife stand on one way of the driveway, yep, in the heat, and I'm going to walk away from her, and let's see if the audio cuts out. So we're at the end of the driveway, and highway's right there. It's like a stone's throw away. Highway's right there, so if you do hear any cars passing by, it'll give you an idea of how good or bad this microphone is right here. So as I mentioned, that's about 75 meters away, and I'm going to start walking that way. Okay, so I'm this far away from you. Tell me if the needle stops going up, okay? So wife's going to give a yell if the needles. That means there's no input. There's a truck right there, and I'm going to walking. Is it still going? Okay. Right there. Let the truck pass by. Good. Yeah, it's still good. Going past by. So it's going to pass by right now. There's a car. That was the range test for our WM4 Pro. And going back to the house now. So, hi. 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 Okay, so that was the range test. That was the audio test for outdoors. And later tonight, I'm going to do another audio test for indoors. So if you want to use this indoors, you're a studio creator or whatever, let's see how that turns out, okay? No. Damn it. Okay, so we're indoors, and this is an audio sample of the Boya BY-WM4 Pro indoors. I'm in my room. I do have an electric fan going here. Let me turn that off. There, fan's off. Air conditioning unit is still on. And this is an audio sample again. So receiver is about a foot and a half away from the transmitter. Testing 1 2 3 4. Audio test 1 2 3 4. Audio sample, and there you go. Okay, so since we're indoors and I have my computer behind the camera, I did just look up the Boya WM4 Pro specs, and it does say that it uses a 2.4 gigahertz frequency to connect between the transmitter and the receiver, and that it can be used up to 60 meters apart. Transmitter can be up to 60 meters or 197 feet from the receiver without obstacle. So this is a bit troubling because when Previously in my outdoor test, I was just, what? How far was I from you before the audio cut off? It's like 5 meters away and the audio was starting to cut off. Okay. I don't know if my unit's bad, but I think it's not, because when I'm sitting here, again, the transmitter is about 1.5 feet away from the receiver. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the signal. And when I did start walking back farther away from the receiver, did experience the audio starting to cut off. So I am sure that it's not a battery problem, because my batteries were fully charged yesterday, and I'm using the same batteries now as I was yesterday. I haven't charged it at all. So if the audio is coming clearer now, which it is, I think, then there's nothing wrong with the batteries. In conclusion, if I'm this far away from the receiver, transmitters this far away from the receiver, less than 5 meters, which is absurd because it says up to 60 meters and I was just like 5 meters away and the audio was starting to cut off. I think this costs how much? I don't know, 5,000-6,000 pesos, and 1,000 pesos per meter, my wife's saying. So conclusion time, this doesn't cost much, but it should not be this bad. Range on this should not be this bad. Okay, I think there's something wrong with the unit, and I think this is something Boya should improve on. Okay, so that's it. If you like the video, click a like below, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.